from space. The Martians plan to throw a dance for all the human race.
Hi everyone, this is taxi vlog number 31. I just did 30 like a minute or two ago, but this might go up a few days later. Whatever, it's not consistent, don't expect whatever. A few weeks ago there was a lurker who wrote me and asked me to make a vlog about my top 5 songs or musical artists. I did that. In the same letter, the same lurker asked for me to name my top 5 books and or authors. Well, if you don't read science fiction or aren't familiar with it, this might not be good to you, but there's stuff at the end of this vlog that's going to be maybe more interesting. If you can sit through the science fiction thing, you know. Ooh, we slipped a little bit. Yeah, it's still nice out here. See, they don't have any, well, it's not much snow. I think it snowed like 2 inches or something, but they don't have enough salt trucks going around, and it was a Sunday. I digress. So, what was I? Yeah, asked about my top 5 books. Well, when I was about 8 or 9 years old, I wanted to read stuff. I wanted to read stuff so bad because it was interesting, and besides, my mother was reading books, and I sort of knew how to, I knew the alphabet, and I knew how to make the sounds and put them together into words and stuff like that. And so around that age, you know, I think it was 7 or 8, I was interested in science and space and things like that. And when we went into the library, I went into the children's section, and they had these little pictures on the sides of the books, on the spines of the books, and this one was a little rocket ship with a little I guess 3 electron orbital element. But anyway, it was the 3 electron orbital thing and the little spaceship in the middle, and it was in yellow, and there were little stars in it next to the little rocket ship and all kinds of stuff like that. And the name of the book, I'll never forget it, was Rocket Ship Galileo by Robert A. Heinlein. So I've been reading Heinlein for a long time, like 35 years or something like that. And of course, as I grew up, oh, it's giving me a call. Oh, what do you got in store for me now, you silly thing? Oh, okay, I think I can get there within reason. So anyway, where was we? Rocket Ship Galileo, Robert A. Heinlein. And of course, as I grew up, I read more books by Robert A. Heinlein. I read Have Spacesuit Will Travel, and I read Podkayne of Mars, and all of those other juveniles by Heinlein. But of course, at about sometime later, I had kind of outgrown those. Even though they were amazing stories, they were really cute and well written and well crafted and incredibly put together. And I put Heinlein aside for a while. Then when I was in college, years later, I had looked at, I had read all kinds of other science fiction, but I left Heinlein alone, figuring he was like for kiddie books, you know. And I'd gone through the bookstore a few times, and I saw a book by Heinlein. It was called Stranger in a Strange Land, but the cover turned me off. It was this guy who's, you could see through his brain, and it said G-R-O-K in there. Grok. Well, anyway, this friend of mine said, read Stranger in a Strange Land, you will not be disappointed. I read it. I was not disappointed. That is my favorite book of all time. Robert A. Heinlein, Stranger in a Strange Land. Another one that interested me around the same time when I was in college was a friend of mine was reading this book by Kurt Vonnegut Jr. called Cat's Cradle. Since I read that book, I've been an ardent bookononist. Yes, Cat's Cradle, Kurt Vonnegut Jr. All-time favorite. Well, next to Stranger in a Strange Land. Moving right along on books, things that I discovered later, I think it was David Brin. He has a series about Uplift, where you find a a race of beings would find a race of beings, like, say, we would find monkeys, chimpanzees, and we would make genetic experiments on them and improve them to the point where they would become sentient, just like we are. So it's anything having to do with David Brin, Uplift, for sure. That's those whole books, all of those books are in my favorites. There's another author. I was looking for Spider Robinson, and because a friend of mine had you know, recommended Spider Robinson to me, and you know, his Crosstown Saloon stuff is really good. But right next to Spider Robinson was Kim Stanley Robinson, and the book I saw there was Red Mars. I picked it up. I later found out that it's a trilogy: Red Mars, Green Mars, Blue Mars. The Mars trilogy by Kim Stanley Robinson. There's another favorite author and favorite book. Another one that you don't see on the bookshelves too much lately is Philip Jose Farmer. I don't know if he died, but hey, he wrote a book some years ago called To Your Scattered Bodies Go. Fantastic book. It's the first book of the Riverworld series. Oh, get off my ass, it's icy. Pass me, you dumb. That's it. Take your Lexus and shove it. Where was it? Oh, you're turning into this driveway here. Good. Be off with you. Now, where is that address now? I'm in the 900s now. What's the number? You can't see numbers on this street. I believe it might be this one. Let me turn the light off a second so I can see out. Oh, we went too far. It's back there. Oh, that's a... Oh, hell, the thing's half an hour old. Yeah, To Your Scattered Bodies Go by Philip Jose Farmer. And was that 4 or 5? I should have another. What was that series that I enjoyed so much? Okay, I remembered my 5th favorite, not in that particular order, but anyway, my 5th favorite book of all time have to be The Vales of Azlarock by Fred Saberhagen, the same author that I'm reading now. I'm reading one of his Berserker novels about these crazy robot machines that their sole mission in existence is to destroy life. But The Vales of Azlarock is something else. It's about this planet where some sort of solar wind or solar dust gets thrown onto the planet every year, and it traps people there. If you don't leave before the veil falls, you're there, you're stuck, and you're trapped. And there's some weird diseases that make the dead come back to life, and I think that's... Anyway, that's the end of Taxi Vlog 31, because, as you can see, I have a customer. You know, I just remembered a 6th. What top 5 of mine would be complete without a 6th? Frederick Pohl, Homegoing, where these froggy people from another star system discovered some dead spacemen. But they wanted to recreate people, so they did. They went from the dead spaceman genetic material, and they spliced in some material from one of their kind of creatures that they eat. And they came back to Earth, and the creature that was made from the human genetic material and the genetic material of this food beast, he tried to pass himself off as one of us. Naturally, it didn't work.